Tibet is one of the highest regions on Earth and is famous as a roof of the world. Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on Earth, along with many other high peaks, is located in this region. But did you know that airplanes are not allowed to fly over Tibet? Flying over Tibet is very dangerous, and planes are usually prohibited from doing so. Do you think the reason for not allowing flights over Tibet is due to some strange and supernatural phenomenon, or is it simply because of the natural and unique features of the region? In the following, we will first briefly discuss Tibet and the unique characteristics of this area, and then we will find the answers of these questions together. So please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell, and support us by liking this video before watching. Tibet is an autonomous region within China. This region is located in the southwestern part of China and shares its border with India to the west, Nepal to the southwest, and Myanmar and Bhutan to the southeast. The Tibetan Plateau is the highest plateau in the world, and the Himalayan mountain range is situated in this region. Mountains like Everest, Makalu, and many other high peaks are found in this land, with an average elevation of 8,000 meters. Tibet has an international airport, Ganger Airport, and another airport called Narragansett, which serves both military and civilian purposes. Ganger Airport is located 62 kilometers from Lhasa, the capital of the Tibetan Autonomous Region. The average elevation of this region is 3,650 meters, so climbers who travel to this area must have some patience to acclimatize their breathing patterns to this high altitude. Now that we have learned about Tibet, let's make it clear why airplanes do not fly in its skies. The land of Tibet has become a hazardous area for airplanes due to its collection of high mountains. Airplanes have altitude restrictions for flight, and they are not allowed to fly above or below certain altitudes. The maximum altitude at which airplanes can operate is 8,000 meters. As we have seen, many mountains in this region reach heights close to 9,000 meters. Therefore, airplanes are usually not allowed to fly over the Himalayan mountain range. Additionally, at high altitudes, there is a phenomenon called jet streams, which is another reason for not allowing flights over Tibet. Well, as you may know, the Earth's atmosphere is composed of 4 layers, with the closest layer to the Earth being called the troposphere, which extends from the Earth's surface to an altitude of approximately 11,000 meters. As we have seen, the Himalayan mountain range reached heights of about 8,850 meters, so it is located at the upper boundary of the first layer and near the beginning of the second layer of the atmosphere. There are invisible boundaries between the atmospheric layers, and beyond these boundaries, the next layer begins. Above this altitude, the troposphere gives way to the second layer, known as the stratosphere. Most airplanes fly in the upper part of the troposphere, and flying in the stratospheric layer is only permitted if you have sufficient oxygen reserves. As altitude increases, the air density decreases, meaning that the higher you go, the less oxygen is present in the air. Additionally, as altitude increases, air pressure increases. These two factors combined can lead to turbulence and atmospheric disturbances. Well, as you may know, the Earth's atmosphere is composed of 4 layers, with the closest layer to the Earth called the troposphere, which extends from the Earth's surface to an altitude of approximately 11,000 meters. However, the challenge here is that besides air pressure, there are towering mountains that make flying in this region highly hazardous. If an aircraft intends to fly in this area, it must contend not only with atmospheric turbulence in the stratosphere, but also with the formidable presence of the Himalayan mountain range, which acts like an obstacle in the aircraft's path. Most airplanes are capable of flying at altitudes higher than 6,000 meters, but they typically carry only about 20 minutes worth of oxygen reserves. According to aviation regulations, an aircraft must return to an altitude of 3,000 meters before its passenger oxygen supply is depleted. If an aircraft were to fly over the Himalayas, where there are peaks exceeding 8,000 meters, descending to 3,000 meters may prove challenging due to the high altitude. Flying over the Himalayan mountain range poses a significant risk because at such altitudes, atmospheric turbulence can disrupt the pilot's control, and it becomes difficult to time the descent properly. If an aircraft were to undertake this perilous endeavor, there is a risk that its oxygen supply could be exhausted mid-flight, putting both the crew and passengers in danger. Airlines, being risk-averse, opt to avoid flights over Tibet entirely. When aircraft take off, they follow a curved trajectory, gradually increasing their altitude. For landing, the aircraft typically follows the same curved path to ensure a safe and controlled descent. Flight paths for all aircraft are planned based on this geodesic curve. There are few airports as mentioned earlier, and the two airports in the region are approximately 1,357 kilometers apart. So given these reasons, as we have seen, airplanes do not fly over Tibet. However, this is not due to mysterious or secretive reasons, but rather for entirely scientific reasons related to the natural characteristics of the Tibet region. What are your thoughts on this matter? Share it in comments.